Holloway Road, pretty much surrounded by everyone. I thought this would be quite interesting to get home. Bit of a challenge today. Pretty much everywhere. They've kind of intensified because last night I was sure there was some black silhouettes that was triggering the security cameras, and it looked like there was someone climbing on the garage roof. And there was a period where by there was no side house camera. Anyway, long story short, it looked like there was, and so I could hear other sort of murmurings and stuff, and so I wasn't sure about staying in the night. So I ended up leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning, which was not good, and so my sleep gets disturbed. And then the irony of it is they don't like me driving because they're under some illusion that you know I'm. I don't know. I get the impression that because they've escalated this and to involve so many people, they've been telling lies, they've been doped up, or God knows what, driving. I mean, I've never had an accident. Um, I've not had any complaints. I've not had any. Uh, I did have some speeding, which was 22 and a 20. Okay, twice. And there was one time there was traffic lights which were going on forever and ever and ever. We were at the roundabout around near where I live, and of course I went past it thinking they were broken or something was wrong. But it was like 5 minutes. It's a long time. Anyway, so those are my points. And now they've all gone. I've been driving much more. I've got this little Polo. I mean, not exactly, um, Ferrari speed along. And you can't. Everywhere's cameras. So I didn't want to get, I mean, because my insurance is really high. Anyway, I'm digressing. So today there were lots of people. The usual story of because of the connections with my neighbours who are homophobes, and I think they've said something that's quite it's involved. He must have said something because people are believing what they're. It's like they see 60% of our news is from social media, and I've gone sideways. And social media is, you know, basically the font of all knowledge, and people believe everything that they see and read in there. So, and I've had this before, been on dates, and someone was bad mouthing me because I didn't go with them, and they wanted me. And anyway, that was a long time ago. And the date wanted to know if it was true, and what he saw in front of him just didn't seem to register. It was all um, somewhat twisted. Anyway, I challenged him on it, and he admitted that he was listening. He wanted to see if it was true, and so he came to find out for himself, which is in a way a good thing. But he was already biased. There was no way. I mean, in a short coffee meeting when it was so hostile that I could possibly win him over. But anyway, I didn't want to. If he was that much of an idiot, that's the thing for himself. And I'm not saying everyone else there is an idiot, but they've been presented with something, and they think that they're part of something for the better um, good of man, and they're all joining in. And I kind of forgive them in a way, but it's really a nightmare for me. I don't have a minute's rest. I don't have anywhere I can go safely. I have to make sure that I have cameras, I have some sort of record, I have somebody waiting for me or be with me, and sometimes not all my friends can be there all at the same time. So I end up just getting on the line online and meeting people from the app. And I know it's embarrassing to say that, but it's kind of like desperate safety security issue. And you know, they're very clever at how they disguise themselves. They turn their backs, don't give me eye contact when I approach them close because they know there's a dash cam. They look forward, they're all on their apps, checking the WhatsApp group and seeing what's being said. It goes on. So, what do? It's you against, like, it feels like everyone, of course, not everyone, but if I go to the police regularly and I report things, they say that I'm hypervisual, hyper acuity, almost like I'm psychotic, I'm imagining these things all the trigger. I've had it all said. And that's really hard to hear. And, my family, the elderly, they're green as the hills. They don't believe there's anything. They're not investigated. And, even with hard evidence like the anonymous text messages of, we're watching you, we're going to get you, it's just a matter of time, that doesn't seem to wash. And then I had a postman who wasn't a postman. The post office is supposed to have investigated. They told me they didn't recognise him. He could have been a locum, could have been a friend of the postman, and he got his jacket and his recording device, and he said that I'd signed for it and it was open and it was a subject access request to the DVLA about drummer. So all my personal private history was all there. So what they've done is they've played on my past, where again targeted because I was gay, and I am gay, and they didn't like my lifestyle. I had time off and I could be free. I could do what I wanted. I mean, 30 years NHS working 12 hours a day, it was intense, and especially in cancer, which is my specialty. It does take its toll. And, you know, I also had a dysfunctional relationship. I was being used and taken for a ride. I was doing 2 jobs to cover his college, and he was, sorry, but he was fucking half of London. And he stole my money. I never took a penny off him for rent, or food, or holidays, or anything, clothes. So I was hurting, and you know, I partied a little bit. I never did it in anyone's face, but people made it their business, and then they got involved. And in terms of, they were on my balcony, they were keeping me awake all night, and I took myself to the hospital saying, I can't take much more of this. I need your help. Anyway, they sent me home 5 times, and so I was fully aware of how I was feeling, and that I was starting to interpret even maybe some innocent things that were, you know, I was reading into it. Anyway, it's pretty much the same again, but this time, this is much bigger. This is much more involved. This feels like there's innocent people that have been roped in with lies and twisted stories. There's also the, I think there's a bit of mafia thing, yeah, as in some neighbours of mine, they're not particularly honest. One was a I mean, he evaded his tax for like 500,000. He got found out, and he's still a dodgy geezer. But I think he doesn't like me, one, because I represented at the time, you know, the perfect Greek Cypriot son who became a doctor, consultant, was doing well for himself. And you know, in this country, we like to pull people down, and I think that's part of what it was. And he found the gay thing abhorrent, and he was monitoring. He's got CCTV. He doesn't even live there. He keeps his children, I call them children, his cars, his toy cars. And you know, if I was a multi-millionaire, would I want to hang around Ulster Gardens garage? Nah, not unless I had some other motive. Anyway, so he's kind of got his mob, and then there's the Albanians who've got their mob because they were doing some kind of deals behind their house. I'm sorry, but my parents live there. You want to do that on their doorstep? I don't think so. So yes, I did tell the police. Nothing came of it, I don't think. But this is again part of the homophobia, and also they want to teach me a lesson for being a grass. Well, I tell you this much, that it's not something that you're going to let go on and have your parents. My dad's dying of cancer, terminal cancer. Do they care? Nah, they don't care. There's no sympathy. My mum's now like totally hysterical. She's very neurotic. She can't cope with me telling her what's going on, and she's had enough. So, you know, I want to leave. I want just to help them, but they've managed to delay so many things I wanted to do for them, like paperwork and getting their affairs in order because they want to go to Cyprus. But these people they're relentless. They don't understand. It's not just me, the impact, it's affecting all of us. And eliminating me when there are people that have done fuck all for this country, they've not done anything for anyone except themselves, are joining in on this bandwagon and thinking that they're doing something good, and they're not. They even recruit children. There's even kids that come standing at the corners, just letting you know where I am and where I'm going and what time and all this. It's a living hell. So I'm doing what I can, and I'm trying to get away. I don't want to be here anymore. They don't want me here. But going this far. What a waste of time and energy when there's people starving, people homeless, people being robbed, being scammed, being their life savings taken, their people are murdered, their babies are battered, killed, domestic abuse, poverty, children not having enough to eat, people not having the health care. You want to focus on me like I'm the scourge of society. It's just so fucked up. I mean, I'm tired of it all. I'm starting to get almost in, like, I kind of can't cry much more. I guess I can a little bit, but um, what can I say? It's just, it's just very unfair. I have helped a lot of people, and maybe I haven't said and done all the right things for everyone, but I tried to do the right thing. That's it. I tried to do the right thing. I've been let down so many times, but that's okay. I still won't change. I'll still be there for the people that need help. I can't now, though. I can't help anyone. I can't even help myself. I'm trying, but it's difficult. You know, you drop so many balls when you got to juggle so many at the same time. Parents, me, everything, bills, debts. Yeah. Anyway, I should be back at work by now, but that's down to these people because I have to spend my time watching my back, protecting the house, protecting my parents, getting away to give myself and my parents space, and then they somehow infiltrate my network, and then they'll tell them some stuff, and then that person starts to turn as well. So it's like everywhere I turn, it's not going to be possible to turn anymore. And I don't know, I can't even imagine. They said they wanted to give me a good kick in. One said you want to cut my dick off because I was a slag. I mean, it's horrendous. And it's all on, you know, okay, there's recordings and you learn to fine tune, like a pianist with his, you know, when he fine tunes the piano, you can't hear the difference sometimes. And you say, I can't hear it. And they know when it's a C minor, C major, because it's a trained ear. And that's what I've got. I've not got auditory hallucinations. I can hear what they're saying. They even repeated the discussion I've had on the phone to the police because my next door neighbour's got a listening device. I know this because I bought a device the police use to detect high frequency, radio frequency, high signal. And it's quite clear when it's on, when it's off. And she stands by the window, so one of them, somebody does from the gangs, access to the house, stands by the window. Again, nobody sees them. They've also got some kind of like a deflection of UV, so or infrared. So if you put on something that's insulated, you can get suits on eBay or wherever, fabric, you cover it, you can't see. So when your CCTV is pointing at them, you can't see any thermal imaging, or it's just no infrared because it's blacked out. So I got the impression that they're coming through up to the bedroom window, the bathroom window. They can see me. They have put some reflector sheets, but that's only good enough during the day. At night is when they're really active, and at weekends because more people are off work and got more time. But anyway, what else can I tell you? Yeah, I mean, as I said, they trigger me by doing lots of things like this: walking in front of the car, doing 3-point turns with their car. Um, Sometimes there have been a couple of occasions where they've tried to drive me off the road, um, and that's on the dash cam, which got held by somebody in Bristol. Ali, thank you. And anyway, it's like this. So you know, like I said, you can't. They've won. I mean, they certainly have won, but there's so many of them against me. And you know, like I said, if I've done something that bad, why haven't the police got me? I mean, I'm there all the time in their face saying, this is happening, this has happened. why aren't you? They don't follow. They don't take any of the reports seriously. I don't think. I think they keep closing cases because I think they have some kind of suspicion that I'm doing something, but I'm not, and so that's why there's no arrest. And that's why there's no charges or nothing because I've not done anything. It's all hearsay, and I guess they have to follow the allegations, but um, I'm not doing anything that is so extreme or affecting other people, even though they claim they make out trade does. I've always kept myself to myself in that regard. When I'm working so hard and people are bitching and moaning about, I was never, I never moaned. I did 100 hour week, Christmas week. Didn't say a word. I got on with it. And I've always been a good doctor. I always feel like I've been on their side. I whistle blew 3 times, which is why my career ended abruptly, because I discovered a woman who was on the cancer chemotherapy ward, checked her over and I couldn't find the cancer, looked through her notes. She's been not consented to say that the cancer's not been diagnosed, their suspicion was high and what their reasons for it were. But when I asked the patient, she had no clue. And I tried to investigate and I thought that needed reporting. That didn't go down well. And then I got accused of killing a patient when she was clearly responding to treatment. I had to get the whole hospital consultants and those involved. The surgeons didn't want somebody dying on their table, which was low risk, but they were quite prepared for her just to die in hospice with no food, no supportive treatment. And I told them, you do nothing, she will die. And she had at least 2.5 years, 3 years quality of life. She'd been to the master for a second opinion, for Christ's sake. But that didn't wash. Why? Because the consultant oncologist in Jersey and the physician who was on call didn't want to call her because they've got some problem between each other. And when this all kicked off, I asked for her support, but she was busy. She was busy with her son and he had an exam. And now I'm thinking Oxbridge, like Oxford or Cambridge entrance exam. No, it wasn't any of that. She told me at the end of the day it was a grade 2 guitar. I mean, I think it's probably like strumming green sleeves for the whole day to get through. I mean, seriously. Anyway, I kind of lost my rag a bit. I thought she let me suffer these falls and put the case for this patient so strongly. I got an apology and I wrote a statement to the chief executive and I rushed off to catch my plane back. It's just Thursday something. And then foolishly, I thought they'd take it seriously because it was a clear misconduct. It was allowing your personal issues to get involved with somebody's life, and they're literally life and death. And they had no issue, no problem with that. Their conscience must be, anyway. Moral compass is definitely where. Anyway, so I wrote the letter. I go back and accepted another short-term job there after discovering 2 of these cases. And I found my letter at the bottom of a pile of magazines that weren't open, the pile of posts. So they took it out the post and they shoved it. But they stupidly put it back in the office that they told me, that they gave me when I got there. So I found it. And I complained. And then what she did was she contacted Southampton, who said my master's oral was amazing, incredible, never heard anything, never had a virus, so interesting. And this was on the cusp when we discovered how the immune system can actually, um, uh, affect the course of cancer, and has been probably the most effective intervention in oncology treatments in the last 30 years. And I'm proud to say I was part of that because I had an instinct when I was 24 and I followed my gut, as they say. And, anyway, so I was offered this associate professorship and she blocked me. They pulled my request because a lot of the patient staff in Jersey with oncology or cancer, they get referred to Southampton, get treated, so there's a massive income for them. And I just wasn't, I was cold for that reason. So, as you can see, not the easiest of lives, but I've been happy. I've been okay. I would do the same again for these people because you can't cover up these sorts of things. Not well, I can't. I can't. As some anonymous doctor called me and said, just need to keep your head down and your mouth shut. Well, really, I couldn't. I stupidly should have had an ally. I should have had people on my side, but I didn't. And there you go. What can you say? I didn't have allies, and that's what happened. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Oh, green again. Police. What the fuck? There's a lot of police here. This is at the mall in green. Police either side. I don't know what's happened. The traffic's going through, but I have no idea what's going on. So.
I'm so keen to get in this rack. Bella, if you pick up some of the objects, I can see tweed jackets. I can see this amazing green. Looks like a hunting jacket, kind of like a rubber sleeve. Talk me through some of the pieces here. How many that you might
I suppose there's some kind of distraction. I don't trust this. Anyway, you're gonna get it live.
This skirt suit she used to wear this all the time.
Anyway, so this is the streamer. This is the real live show, which I got a feeling this is gonna happen again. Last time it was at the traffic lights. If I divert, it's probably gonna be there as well. So I am gonna come down this way. Go down the A10. The A10 is quite good. It's the I think it's this way.
Welcome to your ride. We're going to find out what it's today. So let's sneak it in our meetings. It happened.
Came back. So in half an hour, turn right. I've gone a slightly different way, so maybe that upset me a little bit. You need to keep your wits about you, man. Oh yeah.
But they didn't show.
Anyway, so this is recorded, and so you'll be able to review. But BU15YBL is one of the kingpin. Not really my best side, is it? Anyway, so that's the live stream, and you can see. Well, let me show you. I should turn this around. But it's working. I don't understand why this Restream uses the front camera when your back camera is better. But I don't know how to turn it around. I will tell you otherwise. But anyway, there's more cameras. There's one up here, and that's going to show. X1 11GUR. That sounds familiar. So, mind you, I don't think I have seen this. There's lots of private number plates that follow me, which is very glamorous of them. It's going to be such a salubrious escort here. You know, I'm never going to make it, am I? And anyway, for those who are watching, I'm sorry, it's not probably very good viewing, but not nice anyway. I'm sorry, but I just thought this is really to stop this sort of shit happening to other people. And when somebody says, you know, when I'm at home, basic statistics of, you know, the CCTV gets triggered. Okay, so an event can be somebody walking across the house, or it can be a car going by. Now, on average, it's about, I'd say, 50, 70. Okay, if I'm not there, if I'm away for a weekend or I've gone somewhere, about 50, 70. When I'm at home, I mean, let's say my mum puts the washing out as well. Okay, then it can go up to about like 200 because she puts it right in front of the rear view camera. I know. Anyway, so that's say the maximum. I say the range is between 70 to 200 when it's washing. And then when I am at home, and this can go on throughout the night, you will see 1,300, 1,200 events. Now, that magnitude of increase that's correlating to when I'm there or not, it's a significant thing. Now, that in itself would raise some eyebrows and some questions, or some sort of, hang on, maybe this guy's onto something, maybe partly some of what is true, there's no smoke without fire, that kind of thing. I just get, so what is it, what has happened today? That's the question I get up. And I remember, well, what happened yesterday, you weren't even interested about. I've reported all of these things. I've reported, you know, when I've been blocked in, you know, they physically put their cars in front of me and intimidation tactics. Call the police, they go, but it's there. 7 people jumped on my car, okay, at Wood Green Station, 5:30 Saturday afternoon. They didn't even bother looking at the camera. So, you know, I've tried to ring Stonewall. Stonewall don't answer the phone. They're not there at all. It's so shocking that this, you know, supposedly groundbreaking Charity puts the phone down, or it goes dead. So somebody's putting the phone, lifting the phone up, and just putting it down. Because I've tried, and Gallup. Of course, these people have hacked my phone. They've done something that interfered. So my lines suddenly, I mean, my line that I've had for the longest ever was ported over by someone. I think it may be in the shag that's kind of involved with this, but it's taken me a week. I can't process a payment. The only thing that I can't process a payment for, and they've blocked, somehow they've manipulated that as well. Because I can pay for everything else, but I could not get through. I spent hours and hours and hours trying to get that line. A new eSIM, but no, can't get it. And so that's why I'm going home. Really, I'm going to I'm trying to get this sorted. So I need to have a phone, but they're managing to cut that because they want that's away. Saves grace. Anyway, Achilles heels. I mean, I'm not far from home, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, and probably could happen in the house. I don't know. Really don't know. As I said, my mum and dad are saying they don't give a fuck. They do give a fuck, but they don't want to hear any more stories. They don't want to hear there's a threat. They don't want to prepare for nothing. They leave the doors open. I don't know what to do. Can't do much. Anywho, she's going to go mad about me washing the bed cover. So we've got that to come. Oh, it's all happy days. You know, all happy days. Yeah, thanks.
Widowed father in Paris has the wife died in and has a own children being looked after by
Oh God, this is a vape shop. That's all it needs.
you suddenly see the whole world reversed, don't you? I was fascinated. I'd never seen that story.
Honestly, it's like the freak show. The Truman Show gone bad. And the ice cream van, I'm sure some sort of signal because there's certain things that you just kind of get. I mean, like for example, the ice cream van will go at a certain time. I think it's almost like a signal or a triggering mechanism because um, it might be freezing, it might be snow outside, but the ice cream van comes. The other thing is, Palmer's Wind's not really known for its owls. Yeah, it's owl because it's because the hooting in any time of day, usually in the evening or the afternoon. They've got a forklift truck to lift people, and I think that there is there. It's basically on the back of a lorry which comes from some millions on either in sector or on Jamaica. And what they're doing is basically it's like a way of looking to see if I'm in the loft. And I think they've got some kind of either infrared device or they're just like looking to see straight to the room, and if I've got a light shining it, then they can see them. So it's a bit tricky, it's a bit difficult to know exactly what they're doing. But there's another one, KO19 VOD, sitting there, oh, he's come back, he's coming, he's approaching. So they'll get ready and get them back there. All right, whatever. Honestly, I mean, my joke is, how many bigots does it take to trap a gay and not get caught? I think there's probably about 1,000. I'm not saying that I'm someone too proud of, but seriously, I know they've got families and stuff. They're going to educate their children and see them grow up. But what kind of role models are they? It's disgusting. Here we go.
coincidence. I've been seeing a lot of Italian video, and so often they feature these young actors just being observed. His charm is when she goes off in the summer.
And she's come back, has she?
She's watching.
So it's shy.
Children being unwatched and worrying about them.
Yes.
And the way that they look after
I'll keep you on. Don't you worry.
Anxiety that films about the idea again. Why did that now? That would be Gloria's job back in France. Not here. She gets them here. You
I don't think anyone would ever be the child. I wonder, do you think it's different what
I think it's certainly different watching it as a parent. Right? I find myself probably in the film. I think he was.
Hello. Hello. I went to pharmacy and I went to rent and that's it really. Yeah? Yeah, I accidentally took it. No, no, not really. Nothing. No, no, it's last night. Nothing today is it? So I saw there was a picture like this. Oh, you don't ask me.